Welcome to Everything Currency. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on in the overall market. So the sentiment of crypto lately has been getting a lot more bearish because we have been seeing a lot of downside in the altcoins. We're going to take a look at these charts and see if we can make sense of it all. There are some bearish things popping up on the charts right now. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I'm so bullish at this point in time and what will it take for me to change my mind and flip to a bearishness, and the signs of that I'm seeing on this chart right now that got me a little bit cautious. So there's a lot to talk about in this video, so let's just jump right into it. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, check out all the links in the bio for the Telegram group and all that good stuff. In the Telegram group, we're also talking about a bunch of meme coins and stuff like that if you guys are interested on the day-to-day gains, because the day-to-day gains in crypto is a lot different from investing in crypto, I have to say that. So looking at this weekly chart of Bitcoin, so first things first, you may notice this blue line right here is the 13 moving average. I call this line the bull run line. As long as we're in this line, we're usually having some nice upward action, parabolic action. Over here back in May, we actually broke below it and closed, but when we came back up for the bearish retest, we actually stayed above that level, and then we created another rounded top, which is a bearish pattern that could send us back down to the 61k level, and that's the bearish case scenario right there. If that plays out, then things could get a lot worse a lot faster. So let me talk to you about some of these bearish things that's going on right now. So we're looking at this overall chart of Bitcoin right here, and we're watching the previous price actions to see if we can make sense of what happened. But we cannot do that anymore, because this time in this market cycle, something happened that I'd never seen happen before, that has never happened on these charts before, and I didn't notice it until preparing to make this video. So right here we have a break of the previous all-time high back in 2013. Price went up, and then we came back down to the top, retest the top of that, and then we went up to this nice alt season that everybody still talks about to this day. And then we hit an all-time high there, we came back down, and then we went up again, and then we went into the last bull run. So this cycle is very similar to this cycle, but is not similar to very similar to this cycle, but is not similar to the cycle that we're in right now. And there's one key reason why, and that's because in this bull run, when we went up, when we passed the all-time high, price went up and it didn't close back below at this level. So we can see it very clearly right here on the 2015 to 2017 run, where the price hit $1,000. It came down, it came back up and broke 1,000, and then it shot up to our famous 20k level in that alt season. Now in the previous alt season, we had a very similar thing. We were up here at 19k, we came down, we shot up, and we never crossed this high right here. And this run that we have right now, what we see is a little bit different, because the price shot up and it came back down, and it actually went below this green line right here of 20k, which completely changes the structure for that yearly candle, in my opinion, which completely puts us in a new type of market that we haven't seen before for crypto, which is definitely what's happening right now, because we haven't seen this much money in crypto. We haven't seen this many different things to invest in crypto. We haven't seen this many different people in different sectors and different type of investors. We haven't seen that before, but this is why we're getting a bit of a different altcoin cycle. So we don't actually need to have this parabolic blow up after we pass the all-time highs, which we had in the past, because we've never had this this kind of downside that took us below the previous highs, which we had that this time when we dropped below around 16k in November. So with that happening, we're in a completely new market cycle right now. So that just says, hey, we could be actually fulfilling what a lot of people are thinking of is going on right now. So what are people thinking is going on right now? This is a double top. This is a common pattern for prices to go back down. You see it over here in this market cycle. You have one top, two tops, price comes down. You have that again right here, one top, two tops, price comes down. So the only way this can be negated is if this week we have to pump back up to around 69k. We have to pump basically over 70k. We need to get a nice pump right now in the market so that we don't create this double top. So it could have it has 2 weeks in order for it to happen. See right here on this one, we came down. That was 1 week we dumped below it, but that following week we held on this trend line and got back above it. Now when I extend this trend line out, I don't want to lose the positioning, but we are still above and retesting the top of this trend line. That's been the trend line since the lows over here. So if we bounce right here, that's the best case, most bullish scenario. But because this is a double top, a very common topping pattern, we see everybody getting bearish for sure. Remember, if we get bearish, this will be a double top, and the target of this will be down here at 48k, but more than likely it'll be down at some very lower levels, somewhere around 48k or 41k for Bitcoin. But me personally, because I'm super bullish right now, and because the market doesn't do what people want it to do, and there's so many people who are bearish right now and who think they're geniuses because they're bearish right now, but we could easily bounce off of this and then you know, put in some higher levels right there. But we also could create this, you know, this double top pattern right here, which would play out very fast. That's why we're cautious right now, because these things will play out very fast, and you want to have some money on the sideline just in case it dips, and you want to have some money on the sideline just in case it starts going up, because this is the perfect place to be right here if you're watching this market. If we continue up right here, this is the real beginning of the run for, you know, whatever may happen, and it starts with Bitcoin. So this will be the beginning of the run for Bitcoin. If it breaks below, then it's probably going to try to bounce off of this level right here before it heads back up, and that would be an area to buy yourself some altcoins and buy some other cryptocurrencies, or even some Bitcoin if you're a Bitcoin maxi and you want to get some more Bitcoin. Now when we look at the total two, couple more things happen. Now the total two looks exactly like Bitcoin, except we have not passed that previous all-time high. So this is putting more of a gloomy picture on all of crypto right now, because it could say, hey, we haven't even broke out yet. All-time highs over here, we came down, we went up, and then we can just keep going sideways. But keep in mind, this is altcoins, and altcoins tend to move very, very fast. We can see over here, it only took a couple of weeks and we were already pumping, you know, billions of dollars into this market. So that's just something to keep an eye on. We are topped out right there, and that's why a lot more people are getting bullish. But when we turn a little bit to some of the other bullish indicators in this market, remember I said it's 50-50 right now. We got a lot of bullish signs, we got a lot of bearish signs. The bearish signs are actually more stronger right now, but they're not solidified yet, because this week has to close and then next week has to continue to be bearish for these things to drop a lot more lower. But when we look at other things such as the XPX, we're actually pumping right now. It's actually in a very nice all-time high. The DJI is giving me a more of an idea of what's going on, this Dow Jones right now, because it actually put in that double top, and it looks a lot more like what Bitcoin's doing. So the SPX going up right now is probably just being propped up by like Nvidia hitting all-time highs, and some of those main companies hitting all-time highs, especially with it being election year. You know, the top, you know, S&P has to do good on election year. But this could turn around very quick, and let me tell you why. You see these boxes that I have on the chart? Let me go to the daily. These two boxes right here are gaps in this chart, and the price action tends to want to come down and fill these gaps very quick. So we have a gap down here at around 5,060, and then we have a gap over here around 5,383. That can send the price of XPX down, and it will follow Bitcoin, and it will follow the what the DJI is doing. But the DJI also looks like it wants to recover. It filled its gap, and it's now getting back above that 13 on the daily, but nonetheless the week still looks a little bit bearish for that. The last thing that I want to take a look at is two more things actually. The DXY right now. DXY is in a sideways zone but on the up. So if it comes back up here and it heads to 106, that could mean a little bit more bearishness, but right now it's coming down a little bit. And then the Bitcoin dominance. Usually when Bitcoin dominance is going up, this shows signs of like a sideways market. People are exiting their altcoins and their other riskier positions and going into Bitcoin, and that's what we've been seeing in the market right here. This is the chart that I want to see it just go high as possible. Like when this thing goes up here and starts getting up at 60% of the market, when it starts to drop towards that 50% level, or even some of those low levels at the 30% level, that's the huge alt season that we're always talking about, and that's when altcoins will have their huge run. So to recap, a bunch of different things going on these charts. Gave you some bearish, gave you some bullish. Now my thoughts are this: I'm usually a contrarian. In the bullish markets, when the markets tend to top out, everybody is super bullish. Everybody. And we haven't had that since in a while. We've had a bunch of people waiting for things to get bullish. We had a bunch of people trying to call stuff, and it's all over the place. But right now there is a bunch of people who are very, very bearish, and that usually happens before things turn around. Now, if you are seeing that the sector that you're in, because remember I said crypto is different sectors. You have the meme coin sector, you have altcoins, you have AI, you have gaming, you got Bitcoin maxis and DeFi and all these different sectors. We're going to have to start looking at them differently. They're going to decorrelate pretty soon here. We see that the meme coin market hasn't been correlated with the Bitcoin market as far as the amount of liquidity going in it right now, but we can see that more people are just getting bearish. That makes me want to be contrarian. And even if these charts pull back a little bit, I think overall I'm going to remain bullish until I see some of these closes and things start to close level and get solidified, because I'm not trying to guess here. The money is made in the middle. I don't have to call the top. I don't have to call bottom. I could just make tons of thousands of dollars in the middle once it is confirmed, and that's what I encourage everybody to do. So let me know what cryptos you guys are researching. Let me know what sector you're in crypto right now. Are you doing meme coins? Are you doing liquidity farming? You doing DeFi? You doing trading? What's everybody doing to keep their crypto journey going right now? Y'all go ahead and let me know if you want to get in the Telegram group. I got links for that, and I'll let you guys get in to the Telegram group. We need to get that thing more active. Let's get this money together. Let's go. So y'all think positive and positive things will happen. RIP to my brother Crypto Roots. Oh, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy late Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Till next time, peace.